worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed, you know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said,
Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Hope you are well. Thank you all so much for joining me. Today is June 26, 2023, 12:53 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining me. Good to see you all. Hi in the chat. Everyone good? Hope you all got some rest and are enjoying your summer so far. So I'm going to be live streaming. It's almost 1 o'clock. I have until 2 o'clock. And then me and the boys are going to go do some stuff. And then I will be back live. It may be from remote location, not in my studio, but I will be back live at some point to finish this. So Ziggy has been closest with Fred Hill out of any of us creators, right? And when I say close, I don't mean friendship or anything. I don't know how, if they can, but she knows Fred probably more than any of our other creators, and she's got the interviews with Fred. It's just not so much recently as it has been, at least in the last year, I would say she's known Fred. And I thought what we could do is go back to some of his interviews, take some notes about some things he has said, claims he has made, and we will put them in a list. I have a notebook that I'm going to be writing things down. And if you think there's something in there, let me know about his experience of what happened June 15th, things that he has heard, things that he says he knows, that kind of thing. You've been wanting to do this, Blue Jean? Good. So in the chat, if you think this is something, I'll write it down. And then, not next live, but when we get all of our lists compiled, I'll put them in Canva and organize them. And then we will go to, well, I think, we need to be fair and give him the opportunity, because the last time they did the interview, or Ziggy, when he was in jail, it was cracking and popping. So we need more clarity in what he said. Um, Personally, I'll be the first to tell you that I don't understand why he would say something like he said if it wasn't true, but I also have a hard time believing it. So I think we need to be, he needs to clarify. Now, like I've said, he would be crazy, in my opinion, to say something like that and it not be true on a recorded jailhouse line. Now, does it mean they're pointing the finger at Fred and he's trying to pass the buck off? I don't know. None of us know in this case. None of us know, because God knows everyone and their mother has been thrown under the bus in this case, by someone at least. Now, I will tell you my personal belief is I don't see how anyone snuck up on that hill and took Summer in 2 to 5 minutes while adults were standing outside. That's me. I could be 1000% wrong. That is up for investigators to solve this case. It's not up for us, but we can still ask the questions and we can still have our theories. But yeah, so I don't really have that much time, so I want to go ahead and get started on this. Someone just became a member, a new family member, and it's Darzilla. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I do appreciate your support on this channel. Y'all are mods. They are in blue. If you have a question that I don't see or can't answer, please forward it to them. They'll be happy to answer it as best as they can. If they don't know the answer, they'll get in touch with me and I'll do my best to answer it for you. Our members, they are in green, and they make this possible. So thank you all. I appreciate it. Stacy, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you for your support. We try to keep it. My audio is a little low. I'm sorry. It's my studio where I'm at right now. Oh, well, that's why. Hold on. Is that better? That might be better. Oh, hold on. I don't want the ZV1. Okay. Hopefully that is better. Thank you so much, you ran Calling Wildfire. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support and keeping this channel going. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Yeah. So I do apologize. I'm in my temporary studio. So I've got family coming and I've got this Harry Potter looking background in the back. You work with what you got, right? Cotton may be passed on, but he can still be investigated. Call, phones. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. He can still be investigated. But I don't think he should be thrown under the bus personally, because it sounds like he made some really big mistakes, especially the last few years of his life. But we don't know all of his history. So it's easy to blame it on a dead guy because, they can't talk, right? So, just keep an open ear and an open mind, and we'll figure it out, hopefully. All right. Remember, the source is a criminal. Criminals play games and insert others all the time. Very true. Very true. And we know in this case, just about everyone has lied about things that just crazy things that doesn't really affect the outcome of the case. They just lie in some regard to lie for whatever their reason or motivation is. So, all right, hopefully y'all will be able to hear this. Now, credit goes to Ziggy for this. This is a 37-minute interview, part one. It's going to take us every bit of 37 minutes to get through with the commentary. Now, like I said, I'm going to be writing claims that he has made, and if there's still things maybe later when Ziggy does an interview with Fred, if she is able to. I mean, Fred's looking at some time here. Regardless, he's looking at some time. So maybe we'll get answers, maybe not. Okay, so this is Fred Hill, June 17, 2022, part one. This is credit goes to Ziggy, full credit goes to her. This was her interview. Link for the replay crew is down in the description. If you want to go to this video on Ziggy's channel, the link is down in the description. All right. Hopefully, let me know if y'all can hear this.
Want to buy it, they want to trade it.
Yeah.
Something, a four-wheeler or something other than just trading around mostly.
Did the one, okay, so.
Okay, could y'all hear that? Let me know. Who did Fred blame? Well, Fred said it was this Roy Cotton guy. Okay. Maybe drop that for a resource view. Did you see the murder sheet interview? I didn't see that. No, I don't think I did.
Oh, she told me something very, very interesting earlier about that truck out there. You got that truck off, Dawn? It's, I think, like blue down there at the end. It's like kind of like not much left of it, but it's part of the frame and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that from Dawn?
Yeah, that was actually from Don. That come about 2 months before someone went missing. I don't know. He come here one night and he had Haskell Ryan's dog. He picked it up along the road somewhere. He said he'd hit it and stuff. I mean, I recognized the dog as soon as
He said he hit it?
He said he'd hit it down about Big Creek Market, somewhere down there. But I don't know. She didn't act like she'd been hit, Because she got out here and drove me crazy up on the top of the roof, running back and forward and every damn thing. I was trying to get hold of Haskell and Hack is his real name, but to come and get her. And then he was trying to say like I had stole her or something.
What kind of dog is,
She's just mixed up like dog. There's some kin to the dog said is
that were down there?
Yeah, the smaller like dogs.
Oh, okay. So kind of like, probably like mine.
Like they call them mountain fast, I guess.
We're talking about dogs right now.
Yeah, I tried looking up that Haskell guy, I tried looking up that Marlena Crawford too. Are you related to her? Or
Oh yeah.
because I saw Crawford in your tree.
I'm related to them on my mom's side.
So then that means that.
Third or fourth cousins, I think.
Are you related to, by chance, to the Goads?
No, I'm not related.
Do you know how Dawn's mom got here?
They even come about, really. I mean.
So you don't know anything about the Goads,
No.
like or William Goad?
No.
I
just know. Well, Karen Goad's one that moved in and had the house and stuff built, but I can barely remember. I mean, I remember some of things that I'd heard, like this hearsay shit.
Like,
part of me knowing for sure.
Like what?
I mean, just like Dawn stuff kind of drive her crazy and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Recording device. I mean, not recording devices, but devices under her house with recordings and stuff. And
when he was bad on coke or something?
I believe it was. He was just. I
Crack
believe he was trying to drive her crazy or something like that myself. Figured she'd move out or something. He would have it, I'd say. I had my thoughts,
Yeah.
But that's for him and Candace, I believe, got together when he was doing that.
Didn't he, did he,
me and Don, we've not never really talked that much. I mean, he come here once in maybe, like I said, probably 10 times the whole time he lived down there up till Summer went missing, and even the night she went missing, he was here.
Okay, so Fred claims that they had only been around each other maybe 10 times the entire time they lived on Ben Hill Road, which was a minute, right? But he goes to Fred's house the night Summer goes missing.
And the law down there, I mean, I come in at night, I can't think exactly what time I come in, because I was going to haul cars that day, and then they closed before I could get anything hauled, and then I was going to go to...
Okay, so Fred says he was going to haul cars that day, but his accent is so thick, it's hard to... Let me find that.
Well, I come in at night, I can't think exactly what time I come in, because I was going to haul cars that day, and then they closed before I could get anything hauled.
Okay, they closed before I could get anything hauled. So Fred says he was going to haul cars. But they had already closed. Now, on a previous interview, didn't he say he was hauling cars that day because he passed one of them? I'm pretty sure.
And then I was going to go to a grocery store, and then I ran on the man out in here in Sullivan. He broke down on a motorcycle, and I told him, he asked if I could get a hold of somebody to come get it, haul it in for him. And I told him, I said, well, I got a trailer, so I come back and got a trailer here, and went and hauled it for him the same day Summer went missing. And I didn't see nothing in down the holler down there during the times that they allowed she went missing.
You don't know what...
I can't... 3 days before she went missing, there's a white HHR set straight across from that building on the highway down there, where you go around Simpson Loop. Right there, right on the corner. They sit crossways right against that bank right there. 3 days before she went missing. And every time I go to the end of the road right here and turn up the highway, I could see them there, I never did.
Okay, I've got to back this up because I don't fully understand what he's saying.
Right there, right on the corner. They sit crossways right again that bank right there.
Who was?
Right there, right on the corner.
Hold on.
I can't. 3 days before she went missing, there's a white.
So 3 days, Fred claims. 3 days before Summer went missing.
HHR sits straight across from that building on the highway down there where you go.
Okay, so he's saying when he's saying the highway, is he saying Beach Creek Road rather than Ben Hill Road next to the building? Is that what he's trying to say?
You don't know what.
I can't. 3 days before she went missing, there's a white HHR sits straight across from that building on the highway down there where you go around Simpson Loop.
Where you go around Simpson Loop, okay. White. You go around Simpson Loop, okay.
Right there, right on the corner. They sit crossways right again that bank right there. 3 days before she went missing. And every time I go to the end of the road right here and turn up the highway, I could see them there, I never did go down to her to see who it was or nothing, but they'd be like 2 or 3 people standing out. Every time I go out of the hall or anything, every time I look down to her, there's that white HHR.
So he said he could see 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people. I'm gonna back that up just a second.
And now, every time I go out of the hall or anything, every time I look down to her, there's that white HHR. And it was just 3 days.
Did he say DJ's yard? DJ? The car standing out in front. Did he say DJ? Anybody? Hey, Judy.
Days before she went missing, every day up to that day. That's what didn't make sense to me. But there's a girl in here that day too that I seen her come in. See, I did like Andy and them. He was in here
That earlier that day.
earlier that day because I had to move and let him by because I had pulled the blue car and helped my mom's over in the road. And
So I have always found this part of Fred's interviews interesting. He has always claimed that he saw Andy that day. And I actually do believe him on that. I may not believe him on a lot of things, but I do believe him on that. That's one thing he has always been consistent about. It just personally, says he saw Andy and let him pass. Now, if you're on Ben Hill Road, it is a 1-lane road at best. It's more, honestly, it's more like a paved driveway than it is a road. And the further back you go, the more narrow the holler gets, and till it just becomes gravel. So if I had headphones right now, I would put them on, but I don't have any in my temporary studio. So if you have headphones, it's probably best to put them on.
And I had the truck parked in the road, edge of the road with the door open, and I had to go move the truck to let him by.
Let Andy by?
Yeah, but what didn't make sense, there's the truck come in.
Like, you have to pull over somewhere to let someone by on that road, and that would be consistent, in my opinion.
I was down here working on some junk and stuff, loading and stuff, and the truck went in, and I was trying to wait on it to come back out. I pulled out of the road. Well, he kept staying way back, just sitting like. Now it kind of makes sense, you know, but then it didn't. I just thought they were just waiting on me or something to do what I was doing, you know, just being kind. So I finally just backed all the way down here to this wide spot and turned around. And that's when I went on down Lawrence and started working on the cars and stuff down there. But I cannot think what kind of truck it was or nothing. I just remember it was a dark colored truck. So I can't remember if it. That's what bothers me so bad. I remember everything about that day, but that right there.
So he says it's a dark colored truck. He can remember everything about that day except for that, according to Fred. Everything except truck. Okay. So is that where Fred lives? Is that why he saw these people there every day? Yeah, Fred lives on Ben Hill Road, down the road a little bit from the wells.
And they were past.
Fred lives really at the almost completely at the end of Ben Hill Road, almost.
Your driveway over here a little bit?
Yeah, they's on past that where the waterfall is and facing back out this. And they went up there and turned and come back down to right there. And then I got thinking about it because I went back down here and turned, and then I went down there and started working on their cars. And I didn't even think at the time about that vehicle hadn't even come out yet. And then Andy comes in that little car that they was driving, and one of Jody Sue was still driving there.
Are you talking about that silver car? Because I was going to ask you about that silver car. They had a little silver, because that's on my list of questions.
See, that's when Andy was in that day, with that little silver car.
The day that Summer went missing?
And then it was like...
So, silver car. Was the silver car supposed to be Andy's? Is that what he's saying? Silver.
One of Jody Sue was still driving there.
Are you talking about that silver car? Because I was going to ask you about that silver car. They had a little silver, because that's on my list of questions.
See, that's when Andy was in that day, with that little silver car.
The day that Summer went missing?
And then it was like Andy came in, when I let Andy by, well, this is what happened. It's crazy. That truck come in, and then I was down there working. I had cars partly in the road and trailer and everything, and then I was
at the end of your drive here?
Yeah, and in my driveway right here. Well, I was trying to get all that mess kind of straightened up, and I was running short of time, so I just said to heck with it, and because I didn't have time to get it unloaded and get to where I need to sell it in time, so I just forgot it, just kind of got it out of the way. Well, I started out of back down here. The turn, when I do, there's a girl comes in a car, and this truck's still in here at the time, and I can't remember what tag.
And this is
it was out of state tag. I was trying to think what tag it was on it, but it was odd because I never seen that car no more. I seen it come in, and I never did see it go back out, and never seen it. No.
Okay, I'm gonna replay that because I need to hear what he means here.
And this truck's still in here at the time, and I can't remember what tag.
And this is
It was out of state tag. I was trying to think what tag it was on it. But it was odd because I never seen that car no more. I seen it come in, and I never did see it go back out, and never seen it no more.
Is this when you were on the way to your mom's up here down to at 167 or 165, or were you going out of the hauler?
No, I was at 165 at the bottom of the hill. I had some junk cars just like this down there.
Oh, okay. So you weren't down here working. You were down there.
I was here at first, and then I went
to your mom.
Here and turned and went on down Mom's. Isn't that steep curve right here where there's a turnaround?
Yeah, and then
that's where I met that girl in that car.
Okay, I'm going to have to ask about that. Fred claims he saw a woman in a car out of state tags. When did the cotton die in the relationship to Summer's disappearance? February is when the cotton man died. Okay, let's continue. I want to know where that was. Cotton died. Oh yeah, he died on Valentine's Day. You're right. Thank you. Say something.
Real young, like girls. It looked like she probably maybe 18 or 19, what I was figuring, you know. And it is odd that I can't.
Do you know what color hair or anything? Or probably not.
Sandy blonde, kind of dirty blonde, like, you know.
You have a pretty good memory, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I could tell because everything you're telling me.
I play a lot of, I mean, I run stuff through my brain so much. I try, when there's a situation comes up, I try to think what you would think about it, what somebody else think about it, and what I would think about it, not just what.
I know, that's crazy. That's what I do too. Are you a Pisces by chance?
Huh?
Are you a Pisces by chance? What's your birthday? What's your birthday?
November 11th.
Oh, okay. So you're actually
11/79. 76.
You and Don.
So those of you who are just coming in, this is Fred Hill. This is a interview Ziggy did with him, and I thought we should go back through it, comb through it, and see some of the claims that he made the day Summer went missing. What he remembers, what he recounts, what he heard, you know, all of it, and then see what, and I'm going to make a list. So if there's something you think there's something in there, I'll add it to my list, and then we're going to go through it in another live. I'm going to make a list so we can throw up here on the screen. Her hair color is listed as blonde. Is that what you mean?
Or you and Don are close in birthday. His birthdays are in November also. I think it's November 14th or November. Yeah, because you just seem like I think you seem like a really nice, like, you seem.
I'm laid back.
You seem a lot like me, actually.
I think way too much. I mean, I let people push me.
Vanessa, this is just a thought. Don said he saw a woman that was broke down when he left for work that morning. Could this be the woman Fred is talking about? That was in a red pickup truck. And it was a man and a woman. There's not very many people on Ben Hill Road, you know, so it's so weird. Like I said, it's not like hustling and bustling. You go on Ben Hill Road for a purpose. It's not a place where, you know, you go to look for scenery. It's not a place that you go through a road to get to another destination. It is a dead end road with not a ton of houses on it. And yeah, that's true. The truck that Dawn saw, it wasn't the morning that Summer went missing.
Until
Yeah,
I can really just blow up, really.
yeah. So
But
I'm
it
really.
takes a lot to get me to that point, though.
So when you, I'm still so sorry because I'm just really stuck in that story.
Sorry, I just threw myself out. I was trying to reply to something. Yeah, Don, his truck was white, and you can see because Don took a picture, and there's a picture of his while he's in the truck, and you can tell he's in the white truck. So, all right, let's continue.
You were just telling me you go by.
That cars come in, and that truck's up here. Well, I go on down there. Mom's and Dad's there at Balm Hill. I had
In that trailer that's up on the hill, right? Your mom's? Yeah. Like,
I had an old station wagon there at Balm Hill. Well, I had pulled it out of the brush and stuff there, and I actually had a trailer behind me then trying to get it, go ahead and get it loaded so I could take it the next morning. Well, I wasn't thinking at that time about the other vehicles still ain't come out. Well, Andy comes in then, and
while you're at your mom's?
yeah.
So you could
while
see
he's
her.
still down there working at the road. See, that's all three of them in here then.
So why would Andy come back this way?
And Andy too.
Why would Andy come back this way?
That truck followed Andy back out. It's like Andy come in and got that truck. I took it like, as I look back at it now, it's like that truck was looking for Andy's place or something, and they went up there and turned, and Andy come in to...
Could be like, hey, it's back there.
Yeah, that's the way I took it, because they followed him right back out. But it bothers me that my mind's blank about that truck. I know it's a dark colored truck, but I can't tell you. I can't.
So, according to Fred, it sounds like this truck was involved with Andy. Like Andy went down the road to turn around and go back with the truck, I guess, with the blonde person in it. Is that what he's saying?
He was looking for Andy's place or something, and they went up there and turned, and Andy come in to...
Could be like, hey, it's back there.
Yeah, that's the way I took it.
Okay, so yeah, was looking for Andy.
Because they followed him right
According to Fred, that is.
back out. But it bothers me that my mind's blank about that truck. I know it's a dark colored truck, but I can't tell you. I can't
Did
say whether it's Chevrolet, Ford, or whatnot. That's what drove me crazy.
Did the law enforcement ask you about that too?
Huh?
Did the law enforcement ask you about that truck, or did you?
I told them everything. I mean,
Have they?
everything I know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you have.
That's just like Andy said he's at work stuff. Well, Ricky wasn't at the time. He was in here. I mean, he's on camera. The law knows he was in here.
The law does know that he was in here?
Yeah, he was on camera.
How,
The TBI and stuff.
they told you that? The TBI told you that?
I know, though. Well, just like when the bone deal came up.
Uh-huh.
They act like I'm just one of them. I mean, they just don't try to disclose nothing. I mean, the cop that was there, he was the first one on scene down there. And the TBI man was asking him questions about where Candace was, where Dawn was. I mean, just right there in front of me, just like it was, like I was just one of them. I mean,
Well,
like, okay. I finally just left, you know, from down there. I mean,
they were asking Dawn in front of you, or wait?
they was asking, the TBI man was asking the cops questions. And,
TBI with that.
I mean, just, you know, what was Candace, because two of them was the cops that was down there at night, down here at the Bones that night, was the first two on scene when someone went missing. And they was wanting, he was questioning them, kind of just trying to find out what was Dawn there, where was Candace, was they upset, was it this, was it
So they were
that?
talking about Summer even when they were down here about the.
Yeah,
about the.
I mean, me standing there just like,
That's weird. So even when they even just for that would have been in January. So even during that time, that day it was the night I was here and that all happened, and they were talking about the Summer case.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
They sent TBI and Hawkins over there.
Yeah. Well, see, this is TBI at Hawkins County,
Oh, okay.
inside the jail. I mean, he got his own office. TBI.
Yeah, they it must have never been anything because they didn't. I mean,
There's a
mean,
lot of stuff. They're just not telling a lot. I mean, there's a lot of stuff will come out here pretty soon, I'm sure.
so I wonder.
And I try to watch what I really reveal with those.
Well, if there's anything you wouldn't want me to say, I would not release it. I mean, I would I would. There was.
I mean, I was asked by the TBI and stuff not to reveal certain things, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Well.
Because, I mean, I pay attention a lot more than people think. I ain't just the old dopehead that slinging dope and not paying no attention.
No, I could tell you have a really good memory. You know how I know is because you're telling me. That's how I can tell if somebody's honest, and I can tell with you because you repeat stories the same as like the last time.
If you don't lie, you ain't got no.
Right, exactly. That's how
anything.
exactly. Just like happens the same.
There's a lot of people don't like me and her because we straight up and stuff, and 90% of people can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, oh, just be honest with me. Just tell us, just as long as you're honest with me, this and this. I look at them all the time and I say, you can't handle the truth. I can tell them the truth and they'll think I'm telling them the biggest bullshit story they ever was.
I know.
And I can make up the biggest bullshit story they was, and they believe it.
Fred says he can make up the biggest bullshit story and make them believe it. Now, I hope to God nobody would make up something in a missing child's case.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think it is that? I mean, I don't know. I think. Do you think it's because you live here in? I don't.
Well, it's anywhere really. I mean, like it. I mean.
Because I get that on YouTube, and it's making me wonder, like, everybody, like, I'm, like, the most honest person that,
Yeah, and that makes you look like you're the
biggest liar.
dishonest.
Yeah, isn't it? It drives you crazy.
That's why I didn't really care if I even talked to anybody really or not, because, I mean, everything I said, they turned it round, twisted it every which way, and made it look like I was the biggest liar there was.
Oh, what, you mean on YouTube or
on
just?
YouTube, yeah.
Well, I defended you every time because I'm the one that met you, and I'm like, it would piss me off. Like Jody, I'm like, every time somebody would say, oh, he played that.
I don't know. I feel like Jody Shoe's got something involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, something's going on.
Because her and Andy didn't stay. You never seen them at the bottom of the hill or nothing. Never. You might see them pull up at their mailbox or something or get mail or something when we's coming in or out or something other when it's, you know. But as far as just standing down there or listening and trying to figure out what's being said and stuff. So the summer went missing, they stood down there at Bomb Hill for 3 solid days and nights. Their kids brought them food and stuff down there to them.
What were they doing? Sitting in chairs or something?
Yeah.
Right
Sitting around and standing there and sitting in, they had their car parked down there, sitting there and trying to listen, talk to everybody that was around right there and stuff. I mean, it just made me feel like they kind of cover something up or something. I mean,
you know,
just like that wood pile right there as you go up Wells' driveway. That wood pile happened the day after someone was missing.
Wood pile, like, is it like just?
It's about gone now.
What is it, like logs or like for fire?
Like firewood, but see, they've never done nothing like that in the past or nothing. I just felt like way Dawn talked that she was deceased. I mean, right off. And then,
Now that's something Fred has long said. I got to give him credit for that because he said in multiple interviews that Dawn just like literally a few hours after Summer went missing, that Dawn was saying pretty much, you know, I'll see her in the resurrection, talking just like she was gone, like deceased. And he's saying that in this interview. The split wood was donated after Summer went missing. Yes, it was.
made some kind of comment about some wood or something once. Seemed like, best I remember, made it kind of like a joke, like, or something about some wood. I just feel like that they may have put her under that wood. That's what, I still feel like she...
Like buried underneath the wood?
Yeah, that's what, I still feel like that. I seriously still feel like that.
Did she just down there at the end of the driveway?
Mm-hmm. As you started the driveway. It's right there on the left. Right, you see them green barrel things? It's right before you get them. It's right between their mailbox and them things. It's just right there at the edge of their driveway. It was just weird the way it happened, the way they got the wood in and stuff, and it's still there.
Well,
the other day, somebody been moving some. Some people's got used some of it or something. They ain't near as much there as it was, but I noticed like a life.
Mimi T, thank you for becoming a member, my love. Welcome to the family. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. What is the significance of them sitting cross-legged? He put a lot of emphasis on that. Seems weird.
Month or so, they really hadn't nothing been moved. The same amount looked like there, but like the last couple weeks, I noticed when I'd be going by, I'd just glance over and stuff. Well, I'll do, I've run everything through my brain trying to figure this out, for something. But right in the center of it, somebody been moving some of that wood for some reason.
But you're saying it was there just a day after, or day?
The very next day, after someone went missing.
Really?
Like early that morning. Next morning.
I don't think the wood has anything to do with it. Why is he saying that? Is he saying like the wood was there? He's saying the wood was there the next day. Well, the church told them, people was asking, if they needed anything donated. And the church said, what's the flute guy? He even said it on an interview. If you need to donate wood, because Don said to donate wood. So people was just dropping it off down there. It's not that big of a...
Like right every daylight.
But,
it was just...
but they, how would they have, wouldn't they have been seen, like, digging a hole there?
Well...
Because wasn't there wasn't cops there for
really,
Because I do know that they got a whole bunch, I know that people delivered...
That is like Don. He kept that one oldest boy with him, like glue. I mean, right as soon as she went missing, that boy was not away from him, period. He was with him everywhere he went, and he just actually just stayed, like, he wouldn't talk or nothing. I mean, even like when he come here, he was with him, and he just...
Oh, his oldest son was with him that night that Summer went missing?
Yeah, the oldest son was with Don.
Was
up here.
But was Don doing any drugs that night?
Well, he come up here and was just started talking about religion right off, and I mean, that is a red flag for me, because he never talked religion any other time he's ever come up here. The only time he ever come up here in the past is if he got in trouble with the law or whatnot, and wondering what he needed to do and stuff. And I'd tell him what I would do, you know, if it was me in certain situations he was in. But
like what was he wanting advice on?
Well, they once and he lied all about that. I mean, when he'd come in and found, I guess, Josie down there at Candace and stuff, and said he didn't tell me he run him up the road to shooting at him and all kinds of stuff like that. He didn't tell me that. He'd have let him, like, he come in down there, and then they got into argument, and then the law came, and they took and got him for domestic, but if it'd been domestic, it'd been him and her, not him and Josie.
Is he saying Jody or Josie?
They took and got him for domestic, but if it'd been domestic, it'd been him and her, not him and Josie.
Wait, so he was are you talking about when he got arrested before Summer went missing?
Yeah.
And
when she took a restraining order out on him.
And then dropped it. And then when that Jose guy was up there?
Yeah, the Jose guy.
Did you hear that he passed away?
I think he means Jose, is what he means.
I'd heard somebody say something about it, you know, but I just figured it was a hoax too or something.
No, he really passed away. That's crazy. He got so much, and it makes me wonder if it's like all the hate that he got on YouTube is because I know he was already depressed, and he finally came and spoke out, and then it wasn't even like a month or two later he killed himself.
So that is absolutely not true. He did not unalive himself. Just want to make that very clear. He did not unalive himself.
You just had a mouse or something like that there.
Like, meaning to unalive himself.
So man, I wish you guys had.
See, Marlena, her father, Don, supposedly, this is coming from Marlena's father, was telling me that Don had come to him and was talking about they had sacrificed Summer to do away with their sins and stuff. There's another one. But anyway,
doesn't bother me.
See, he passed away now. I mean, nobody can question him about it, you see.
When did he pass away? When did
He had a massive heart attack back, seemed like it was in February, end of February.
So just recently?
Who is he talking about here? February, because we know who died in February. We're going to back that up right now.
Heart attack, they had sacrificed Summer. Don, supposedly, this is coming from Marlena's father, was telling me that Don had come to him and was talking about they had sacrificed Summer to do away with their sins and stuff. There's another one. But anyway,
Fine. Doesn't bother me.
see, he passed away now. I mean,
Did Marlena's father pass away in February as well? Hey, Lips, he's talking about Rick. Is that Marlena's father? Yep. Sounds like he's blaming a whole lot of dead people. Okay. Rick. Marlena, father, passed away February. Did he pass away? Was 2022, February of 2022? I'm going to put a question mark. I'll find out, but just for notes.
to nobody can question him about it, you see.
When did he pass away? When did
He had a massive heart attack back, seemed like it was
March 9th.
February, end of February.
So just recently?
In the bed, or in the bathroom about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Did he do drugs or anything? Coke?
He used to years ago, but he got in church and stuff and straightened his life out and stuff. He was battling cancer and first one thing and others, but he just went in remission, I reckon, and stuff. He still had a lot of health issues and stuff.
What's his name?
Rick Crawford was his name.
And he told you, like...
He was talking about that Donna had come up there. They used to paint and stuff together, work together and stuff, and probably run coke and everything back in the day, the way I was taking it. You know, the way I gathered it from him, I seen him make ass of myself. But anyway, he's talking about Donnie come to him and was, I guess, feeling guilty the way he talked, and was saying that they had sacrificed her to do away with her sins and stuff, and then something about her organ, something about they had taken sold her organs or something other.
Oh, that was
how they had the extra money and stuff around down there at the time. And
that is sick.
About they wish they hadn't done it and stuff then and stuff. But that's just what I was told, you know. How
would he have found somebody that would fight, or I wonder how he got in touch with some...
I feel like a church out there has got something to do with it too. I feel like it's a cult like church. I mean, that's the way I feel. I'm not for sure, but they're under investigation.
They are? Is that one of the things you're...
TBI.
Is that one
of the door shut on it right now? Had been since someone went missing.
Oh no, I went there. I went to church there the last time I was here.
I mean, not really since you went missing. They showed.
I mean, people need to understand this is a life. This is a child, you know. That's
well, I don't think when it's actually, they may let them open it back up. I don't know, but I know they did. The TBI did shut the doors on it for a while.
Really?
Yeah, and they are under investigation.
Is that one of the things they told you not to say?
Some of it, yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, if there's something that you say that you need to tell me not to mention, because.
Thank you, Darzilla. What is he talking about? Don didn't tell me. He chased him down the road, shooting at him. Talking about Jose. To be honest with you, I think Fred knew that there was a gun involved, and which means Don had a gun in his truck, and he's a felon. He's not allowed to have a gun. I don't think there was any chasing or anything going on, which is maybe that was told to Fred, or maybe Fred is making that up. But we've never heard anything as far as chasing anyone down a road. So to me, that's false information, because Fred is the only person that's ever said that. I mean, we've heard Dawn about this. We've heard Candace talk about this. We've heard Jose talk about this. And they were the ones there, right? Fred wasn't there. So, and the three that were there do not account for anyone running down the road chasing. So to me, in my opinion, either Fred was told that by rumor and gossip, or he was just making it up. Either way, it's not true.
Yeah, I don't want to. I mean,
Some woman took some kind of video or something out at that church, and Dawn exposed her, tried to put it like she was there trying to get children or something, and she was just trying to expose what was happening at the church.
yeah, that was Molly Golightly. She had one of those spy pens or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what had happened is she got a lot of shit for that, because there was Robin, the one that was supposedly the Sunday school teacher or whatever. You know who Robin is?
I don't know who she is. I've seen her.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Yeah, her daughter was on the camera, and so that's why Molly had gotten so much shit about it, because there was a kid in the.
Be alive. I really would. And there's a one little part of me that feels like she is somewhere.
But
I don't know why, but there's a little part of me that says she'll shock the world.
But I wonder why. Do you think that Don really said that to that Rick Crawford guy, or do you think he's?
He did just like this. When she went missing, when I come in about 7 o'clock that evening, she done the all everything. Well, I'd probably come in about 8.
But you had already been in.
The whole hall shut down,
You had already been in earlier that day, though, right? You were already in earlier that day, right? That's just when you came.
Yeah, I've been here all day up to about, I don't know, probably about 5:30 or something there. And that's when I went out. And then I come back in and got my trailer to haul that motorcycle. So that probably put it around 6:30 or something there. Between 6 and 6:30.
So right before she.
I didn't see nothing, nobody right there around.
Right when she was.
Nothing. At that time, But when I come back in from grocery store and taking that motorcycle, I ended up with another motorcycle on the trailer coming back with it, which is sitting out there. But what was I going to tell you? My mind went blank for a second.
No, you were saying how you went out when it was like just when you came back in at 7. You were about to say something.
Yeah, I mean, I've also heard that he suffered with some mental health challenges, and this phone call, he apparently I've heard 2 different things about Fred being in jail. I've heard that he was attacked, and I've also heard that he tried to harm himself. We also need to understand this person is he's obviously withdrawed from drugs in his body, which could affect the mind. And he also could be not on his regular medication. So it could be, even mental health, him talking about his recent story. So just something to take into account.
About when you came back in at 7,
Yeah.
and I'd asked you,
I don't think exactly
you
how
got
I'm wanting to
grabbed
say
the
this.
trailer and motorcycle.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think how I want to say it here, dude,
Oh, why?
How
Something-
I want to word it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know if there was something you weren't supposed to say again or what.
I come in, say I come in at 8 o'clock, well, the hall shut down. Well, I come on up here, and then I actually walk back down there, and it is weird, because just like within hours of missing, like Andy's daughter, the one that he's supposed to told that he seen her body. See, I was brought up that day, and he down there, and he allowed that he didn't know why she even said that, because Jody Sue asked him right then, why did he tell her that? But she was talking about some psychics and stuff already on YouTube. I mean, it was just weird. There's a bunch of names brought up on that she was saying about YouTube right then before before anything, before, within hours of her missing, talking about, I was trying to think who she was talking about. There's 3 different, like, psychics that she was listening to and stuff, and making fun of and all kinds of stuff, and
one of them
then talking to them. I mean, Summer's name was even.
I can't with the psychics, y'all. Y'all know me. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. I think it's psychics are okay for, entertainment, but I don't think it's, in my opinion, when it comes to missing like really serious things, it's just not something I put a lot of stock in, to be honest.
About it, on YouTube, right about them. It just, I couldn't figure how Summer's name got out there and that quick and stuff, and with certain ones,
It was all within.
This whole case.
To me, if it's like, if you can see what happened and where it happened, then just, then go find the person you're looking for, whoever it is. If it's some or whatever, if you're a psychic and you can see this and this and this, why can't you see where exactly I just can't. I don't put anybody down that are into the psychics or whatever, but when it comes to something so serious as a missing human being, I really can't. I'm sorry. Something dinged on my end, and I don't know what it was. Okay. Did I miss something? Let me finish.
It makes me feel like that Hawkins County has done some fucked up shit. I'm gonna tell you straight up. It wouldn't surprise me if Summer Martin just showed back up one day, and them just like bringing awareness of what could happen to people in the world. I've thought about that a lot, because way they done a couple cases in the past and stuff. Like my best friend, he went missing December the 8th. They had his body December 21st. We tried to report him missing the same day. they tell us we can't report him missing because they seen him that day. But what they didn't tell us, they put him in a body bag that day.
So was Fred around? So Fred's friend died? How did he die? That's interesting.
2 years later, corner folks up and called his mom. That's how we find out he's dead. They bring the cadaver dog, everything out, played a role. They put up big rewards, all that during that 2 years. I mean, just like they're doing something. I mean, search all it. And they done had his body.
What was
Why
his
would
name?
they do all that? You know?
What was your friend's name?
Jason Arnold. But see, Hawkins County didn't like him.
Why didn't they like him?
I mean,
Just
he went in, if he got in trouble, he wanted to pull his time right then, and he give him hell. I mean, really give him hell at the jail and stuff. I mean.
so you're saying, okay, they said
didn't care if he was dead or not, really, what I was saying, you know, what I was trying to get at. Because he did move a little bit of drugs, but nothing like they wanted loud, you know. They wanted to put it out there like he was the kingpin of all kingpins.
what about okay, I have so many, oh my gosh, I have so many questions. So how reliable do you think that Rick Crawford is? Like, is he an honest man? Do you think that Don really said something?
A long ways, and me and him never told each other nothing that wasn't the truth.
So you think that Don really said something to him about sacrifice?
Just like Don, he kept trying to get me to wanting to give me a book about some kind of Christianity bullshit.
Ellen White. Ellen White.
I felt like if somebody had actually sat down and looked at the book he was talking about, may figure out what's on it. I mean, that's my feeling. The way everything happened right off the rip. I mean, him going straight to Christianity and stuff, and then.
Now, was Don going to church? Yeah, he had to be. Yeah, he was going to church before Summer went missing. We know that. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like to me, HCSO doesn't like to missing. He seems to chuckle during facts, Mohawk says. Hear the echoes of the dogs barking. Yeah, well, there's a lot more of this, guys, a whole lot more. We're going to go over. I have to run. I told you guys at the beginning of the stream I had about an hour. I have to go do something with the boys, and then I'll be back in probably an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we are going to talk more about the second part, because in the second part he starts talking more about details and stuff. So hello, Angel, good to see you, my dear. Millie, why would you just allow other people sketch you all the way around? Well, I will say this, when Fred said this about, when he's in jail making this claim about this Cotton guy, that's going to make or break any credibility, in my opinion, about him. Any credibility. Because if he is just straight up lying, number one, why would you do that when you're being recorded in a jail? And second off, this is a human being, and if he would be lying, why the hell would you do that? That's sick. So there's that. All right, guys, I got my notes. I'll be back in about it's 2:00, so probably 3:30 or so. But personally, I still haven't left the house. I do not believe, in my opinion, that someone went up on that hill, got Summer in 2 to 5 minutes, 2 adults outside in a camper that's feet away, not extremely far away, on the same side. Uh, I just don't see it personally, but we have to take every single thing, uh, and chop it down and see if it fits or if it's not. So, all right, guys, love you all. God bless each and every one of you. Huda, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the excellent coverage of our precious summer. I always said everyone on Ben Hill Road knows what happened. Don said TV. I asked him if he owned drug debts. Candace, please talk. Thank you, my love. Listen, people know. People know. People know. This, who knows? Fred might be, Fred could be doing some work for the police even. It's possible. He's putting this out and see if there's any wiggle worm going to happen. You never know. He'll do anything right now to lessen a sentence of any sort. So it's possible. We never know. God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Love you.